Hi, my name is Abby Church. This is my quick highlight video of my professional portfolio. And so I'm just going to kind of navigate you through the different pieces of my portfolio and show you some of the highlights of it as well. So right here, we're going to start right on my homepage, has my contact info. And you will see on your left all of the tabs for you to select to navigate through. So I'm going to select on candidate info next, and this is just a page that has some information about me. I have my introduction video if you want to know more about me and my background, and scrolling on down I have part of my exploration page, some thoughts and feelings about when I started the program, which I will just point out I was very hesitant. I had never taken an online class before, and so I just kind of really talk about that in that part of the reflection page. I also have my professional and personal goals, and it's interesting to think about yourself when what you think you'll be doing in 2 and 5 and 10 years. And currently, I'm not in the classroom. I am a coordinator for one of the early childhood programs for our school district, and I love the training pieces that I do with our staff. And so I see myself in 10 years still working in that field of technology, but maybe doing different types of training and professional development with my colleagues in the early childhood field. I also briefly have the technology philosophy, and one of the things I do want to highlight in that is that we all have different experiences with technology and confidence levels. And so one of my main goals when I'm working with staff and training is to make sure that it's intentional when you're training with technology or integrating technology, but to also try to meet the different levels of where your colleagues are at. So that is just one of the brief pieces of my technology philosophy. I also have my leadership philosophy. It pops up, and anytime you want to open one of these documents, you just click on the arrow right there and it'll take you to the full document. And I also have my resume, which I had to update. I had not had to submit a resume in about 7 years, so that was good to be able to have to go through and think about what I've currently done and have done in the past 7 years to update that. I also have here our activity evidence, and so these are all of the processes and activities that were put in place for to demonstrate our knowledge of the MIT program. And so one of the things I'm most excited about is the professional development plan. And in my program, we use a database called Child Plus, and we also are a Google district. And so I'm very excited to be able to put together a plan that I can take back to my team at the beginning of the year to put in place at in-service at the beginning of the year for our staff. That's one of the feedback we had received, is that they would like more technology training. And of course, there's always that factor against you in regards to time. And so I feel like this really helped me map it out and lay it out in a way that we could go back and work through as a team and put it in place, and to continue to try to improve those trainings in regards to technology. So that is my professional development plan. I also have my professional training videos. I am not in a classroom, and so I did these right before summer break, because we had some staff that worked over the summer and that needed some extra training on the Child Plus software system I was talking about. And so this is just me providing training to staff as it does relate to my professional development plan with Child Plus. And so the first two are just those brief ones on training the staff with data entry. And then the last one is our staff had asked for more training on Google Calendar. And so that is one that I went over with them to try to help them this summer be a little bit more organized. And so I also have professional presentations that correlate with my professional development plan. One of the areas in that is also digital citizenship. And so cyberbullying, which I had already created this presentation with previously. And so I felt like that was very relevant to the professional development plan moving forward that could be used. There's again a brief short video on Google Calendar, and then why Google. Some staff just don't even like understand the benefits or the different tools that Google has. And so it's just a brief overview on that. Another one that I was very excited about was the extra resources. So it's all of all of the work that I've done over the past year and a half with in the MIT program, and it's relevant information that I could use moving forward. So I have the technology safety pieces, which I think is ever ongoing and could be utilized all of the time for staff. And then I also have staff presentations and training. Some of them are more generalized overall ones, such as the creating an inclusive workplace, but then some are early childhood specific that I feel like staff could use these at any point for training or as a refresher, such as the developmentally appropriate practices in early childhood and active supervision. So I was excited to be able to showcase some of the other and utilize some of the other work I have done in previous classes. I also have 3 brief article summaries. My focus obviously being in the early childhood field, there's sometimes research that sways either way, the negative and positive effects of technology at that age. And so I really tried to focus on some of those pieces when I was looking for articles to review. And so this one is integrating technology and media in preschool, and it's being intentional about using media in early childhood and the benefits of that. The next one is using augmented reality, which I think would I've never seen in action, but I think could be really fun for our little kids. And so that one I found very interesting, and it talked about just the different benefits that the child outcomes that had come from that article and research. And then, of course, expanding digital citizenship education to address tough issues. And I think that's just an ongoing one that we can continuously try to improve on, both for students and staff, and also helping train our families as well. The last, we have my evaluations, and you'll see I will have a faculty one after the conclusion of this. I have my 2 peer review forms. That is, one was from my coworker and the other one was from Jamie, who is a classmate of mine, and I appreciate all of his help and feedback he has given me throughout the past 8 weeks. And finally, I have my reflection, my transparency reflection, which is just an overall view of not only just this past 8 weeks with the MIT practicum class, but as a program and overall. And again, I talked about just some of the hesitancies I had as far as taking my first online course, and how does that work when you're trying to build a relationship with your classmates. And it's been a wonderful experience, and I've truly appreciated everything I have learned, and I'm looking forward to moving taking all the information I've gained and utilizing it in practice in my current role. So thank you. That is my professional portfolio video, and please contact me if you have any questions. Thanks.